Well, hello, good evening. Hey, Alicia, no problem. Just come back when you're ready. And hi, Michigan Daffodil. Good evening. It's rainy there. Okay, yeah, we had rain yesterday and last night. So that I'm not surprised because that was a big system, just kind of moving on slowly. So, but I'm glad that you're getting rain because I think you guys need it, right? But hello. Oh, anyway, hope you are all doing well tonight. Um, can tell it's summer and harvest time because there's very few people here. Which is fine. That's totally fine. The ones who can make it, we'll just have a good time, right? So, anyway, hello. With a couple more people coming in. So, what are you all up to? What have you been going on in your life? How was your week and your weekend? Hello, goodness and everybody. How are you? Thank you for coming. What is your first name? And if you've been here before and I've asked you before, I am so sorry. I'm terrible with remembering that until I get it for a while. Jan. Well, hello, Jan. Welcome. Ontario. What part of Ontario? North, west, southern? I know you consider Toronto as southern Ontario, and then right above it is northern Ontario, even though like I'm further north than northern Ontario, what you guys call northern Ontario. So that always confuses me. It's like, what do you consider the line between north and south Ontario? So anyway, Patty, hello. Hello. How are you tonight? YouTube makes you watch part of a commercial before you can tap skip. Oh, okay. Only took 200 years to load. Well, Kira, you're looking wonderful for your age. So, okay. Thanks, Michigan Daffodil, for that clue. So I will try to just talk nonsense rather than just sitting here staring at the screen going, do. Maybe I'll just try to, no, I can't do music because there's, well, I could do music that I use for my videos and just have it playing for a little bit. I might think about that. Sturgeon Falls, west of North Bay and east of Sudbury. Okay. Well, hello. And Kiri, I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you're feeling better. Oh, I hope you're dealing well with the heat, and you're okay with it. For those of you who remember, I did some memes a couple weeks ago, but there is some about the heat, and I just have to kind of share those with you guys because they're kind of funny. And these are more in the Christian realm of things, so I hope you're okay with that. Hey, Bex. Maybe make an intro to play, even a pick of flowers. Well, I don't know because I don't have StreamYard or anything, so I don't have any way to put anything else up other than, when I go live, I'm just using the YouTube studio thingy just right from YouTube. So, anyway, it's like, okay, Lord, whatever you're baking outside, it's done. Yep. And then I like this one. It's so hot. I just walked outside and ran into Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Oh, much cooler. Didn't hit 100 till 4. Oh my goodness, you poor people. Yeah. I know. Aren't those good? You harvested one of your beets and it went, oh, wow. Growing like crazy then. Oh my goodness. You just impatiently wait to skip. Oh, I know. Aren't those funny? Let me see. And I probably read this one to you guys last time, but it's just, It's like so worth saying again if you not saying it's really hot, but I was sweating so much I hydroplaned off the toilet seat and landed in the bathtub. Oh, I know they're Alicia, they're telling us this week that it's gonna be it's gonna be hot and humid. It's like, I know. I mean, our humidity is probably gonna be in the 70s to 80%, somewhere in there, and then temps in the 90s, and it's just gonna be like, I have too much outside stuff to get done. I don't want to melt. Jan, I am in West Central Minnesota. I am so glad that you're here. Thank you for coming. And we have a great uh, group here that comes almost every week. And these are my super fans, I guess you could say, something like that. But you used your sun oven to make bark. Oh, to melt it. Oh my goodness. That is so great. So when you put it all together, did you then put it in the refrigerator or the freezer or something? So, you're getting strawberries? Oh, that is so great. Oh, that's so wonderful. Then back to 100 degrees and 99%. Oh, that I remember living those, Patty. So, Jan, because you're new here, I was born and raised in Minnesota and back here, but I did spend 13 years in southern Louisiana and never could get used to the humidity. And so, yeah, you wore pants all day for 4 days in a row. It's crazy. But yes, we had a beautiful, gorgeous weekend. I mean, there was, spotty rain here and there and everything. But Saturday, I was actually up north, about 3 hours north of me. So getting up into the north woods of Minnesota and visiting family. There's some cousins and an aunt that have a cabin on a lake. And so we were up there and just relaxing. It was supposed to be a whole family reunion. But one of my poor brothers came down with COVID on Friday when everybody was leaving Friday. And also we had to make, all of these other plans. And it was just, everybody had bought all the food, just everything was going on. So anyway, I was the only one that hadn't been exposed to the rest of them. So I went up and spent the time just with my cousins, and it was really nice. It was really, really good. um, yeah, another fellow Canadian. There you go. I know, I know. He's feeling much better now. It was a short term one, but it was. He had been in Alaska fishing, and so one of the guys that was with the group up there what came with it and was sick and just so generously gave it to everybody else. So I know, and that's so nice of him. But anyway, so we canceled and rescheduled, but I still went up and just had a really nice relaxing time. And I didn't realize until today how much I needed that, because I came back like with kind of some renewed energy and perspective on some of the stuff I had to do. And it was like, oh man, I really needed to get away. I really did. I slept a lot and just Saturday we went to an arts and book fair kind of. There were over 60 booths with artisans, anywhere from blacksmith to woodworking to jewelry to baskets to oh my goodness, just paintings and photography and just all kinds of stuff. And it was just like it was amazing. And then they had in one of the little churches in town, they had a full big room that they had over, I think about 35 Minnesota authors there with their books that they were selling. So I bought a few books, just kind of some mystery books and stuff. And but anyway, they so I got them signed by the authors and got to talk with them and everything. It was really fun. It was really great. And uh, just walked and strolled through there for a couple hours, and the sun, it was just beautiful. The weather was gorgeous. It was like 70 degrees and sunny with the white puffy clouds and just a little bit of a breeze, and I mean just like perfect. It was so great. Um I know sharing isn't in, and my brother was so upset with him. It was just like, ugh, because the guy was like, "Oh, it's just some sniffles, probably some allergies," and it's like, it's like I don't need to test. I'm not sick. I don't have anything. It was like, and here's they're on an airplane flying back, carrying everything with, so it was, yeah, that wasn't nice at all. So yes, Patty, it was very refreshing for me. It was really good. Oh, I know, Alicia. It would be great if you had some family that could come and stay with the kids for a night, or something like that. So that would be really, everybody needs that. It's like no matter how much you love your kids and your family, you need time away. And because I work from home, I never can escape my office. So my work and my living is always right here. So I really need to, because when people go off to a business to work, they can at least come home, and then they thought, oh, I just want a few days off just to do some stuff around the house, and they find that refreshing. But for me, it's just kind of all right there, and I don't get that much of a chance to do that. So my time away usually is running to a town half hour away and just shopping and going out to lunch, and that's kind of a few hours away, and getting all that done. But this was really good. It forced me to just stop and slow down and just to visit, and we reminisced, and it was so fun. We were my one cousin is my age. She and I had, it was like in eighth grade, we had gone to a band camp, and we were laughing and reminiscing about that. And she was like, yeah, she said we were the cool kids because we I guess had a little bit more of an aptitude for what we were doing, and so because we had to audition for the bands that we got into, and so we were placed pretty well, and so all the other kids were like, oh, they're the ones. So we were the cool kids, however cool you can be at a band camp, and it's like, but anyway, it was just funny. It was great. She was telling me about this one boy that was hanging with us, and she said he was so into you. She's like, and he was so cute, and I was clueless. I had no idea. So I was like, really? Are you kidding me? So I said I should have been more aware. Maybe it would have turned out better. Oh, it's just great. Okay. um, Well, I'm glad you made it through the thunderstorm, Alicia. So, in a few weeks, you're going on a retreat in the bush where they teach you about plants, flower. Ooh, oh, that sounds wonderful. Yes, to have your own apothecary. That is so great. Jan, if you're kind of new to my channel, I have a whole herb series that I did on our lives and everything. And so I do. I did it every week for like a year and went through different herbs and kind of talked about all of them. I know it would take a long time to get through that, but if you're looking for any of those things, that would be kind of. So I have it in a playlist. So if one of the moderators want to put up that playlist, that would be great. Um, you don't have. How's that coming, Kiri? Are you getting any closer to getting some wheels? Because I know Kiri had a GoFundMe to be able to try to do that. So, oh, Patty, you're so cute. Oh, I'm still a cool kid. I never felt like I was, but it was anyway. But thank you. Um, oh, you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Um, yeah, you talk about a lot of different things that you can grow, things you can forage, all the different herbs and the wild stuff, as well as the domestic and everything you can find out there. And it's amazing. It really is. So, yeah, is it a week, did you say? Um, it's just, you didn't say how long it was. I don't know if it's a full week or weekend or what. Hey, Howie, greetings to you. How are you doing today? How are things on your end of the planet? The end, your portion of the planet, because it's good and round. It's a weekend. Okay. Um, Not even close to enough. Oh. Oh, don't we wish they would lay golden eggs? Oh, that would be good. Um, Thank you, Patty. That's very sweet of you. You're awesome. So we don't have Dave or Tinker's wife, or there's a few people just kind of gone. Say Bree at Bree from Scratch, gifted trip to Alaska. No, I do not watch her Bree from Scratch. Gifted trip to Alaska. That would be, where in Alaska did she go and what did she do up there? I mean, Alaska is so vast. It's just amazing what some people are doing. And it was kind of funny. I get this online news thing and everything that they'll every day they always throw in like a positive story. And this one was on um, this young woman. She's like 23 a year, 24, something like that. And she has grown up in um, it's like an hour's flight by small plane inland from Anchorage. And I can't remember the name of the town, but her great grandparents settled there and started the town. And so it is now expanded, but it's so set apart that the only way you can get there is by plane, of course. They have, they're completely kind of closed off from the rest of the world, and they they're a great community, super tight, and they basically all live off grid. So it's pretty cool, very, very cool. So what was her original channel? The Brie from Scratch, or my channel? Oh, you want my playlist? Is that what you were looking for? Or Michigan Daffodil? I can't remember. So Meriwether Forager. Yeah, there's a lot of people, some really good things. So harvesting your mega abundant crops in the food. I know right now is like the time to do it, right? 500-pound pumpkins. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is mega abundant. Truly. You're welcome, Jan. Bree was near the falls where the bears feast. Oh my goodness. Hey, Joy, how are you doing? Good to have you here. Well, was it last week I told you I'd harvested my first thing of beans. Oh, I meant to bring my second picking here because oh, I really wanted to show you guys, but anyway, I'll have to tell you. But so Friday I was able to finally can my first picking of beans. So there they are from my first picking. See, Oops, that's the wrong one I grabbed. I was gonna show you, it says 2023. It looks the same. It looks the same. But, anyway, I gotta tell you my beans. Remember, like, 2 or 3 years ago, I planted a bed of beans. I had gotten 2 packets of seeds from Baker Creek, and it was, the dragon tongue bush beans. And I was like, "Ooh, I was really excited to grow those and, wanted to see how they were and different things like that." They look the same. They do look the same. It's like the other jar looks just like it. That's why I grabbed the wrong one. So anyway, those dragon tongue beans, I was so excited to do it, and so I had a whole bed that I devoted just to those and planted them all. I mean, on my video, I showed you the packet, I was showing you planting it and everything and showing them growing up. Well, when they started fruiting out, all of the beans looked like regular green beans. There were no little stripes on them. They were not dragon tongue beans. And I was like, what the heck? They got all the wrong beans in the packet. And I used like 1.5 packets for that bed. And I was like, so done. So I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but for those who've been with me for a while. Um, so anyway, I had all those. And so anyway, I harvested them, canned them. It was probably, it might have been this year, 2019 or 2020. Because I think I do have some from 2021. But anyway, I did not get any dragon tongue beans, and I was so disappointed. So anyway, this year I planted a whole bed, a 4x6 bed of the Royal Burgundy beans from Luke at My Gardener. And then I had my other 3 beds along the fence that are 1 foot by 8 feet. And so I just took all my leftover beans from other packets. So I still had that half a packet left of the dragon tongue. And then I had another packet that was like mixed of yellow and purple and different things like that. So I just took those beans and I just filled up the rest of so 24 feet in a row. And so I had the 4x6 bed and then a 24-foot row of all mixed beans. So anyway, the Royal Burgundy have been producing great. They've been wonderful. They're just they're so prolific and they're so healthy and they're doing really, really well. And so anyway, then the other beans in the long bed, they're because they're different varieties and everything, they were looking a little scrawnier and everything, but still producing, just a little bit behind. The yellow beans, I don't know that I've ever grown yellow beans before. I may have had them, but the yellow beans, they are so tender. Oh my goodness. Because you can tell when you're cutting them up for canning and stuff. The purple beans are very firm and they take a little bit to cut through, but the yellow ones, it's just like cutting through butter. And it's just like, oh my goodness, they're so tender. But anyway, the plants then that I put in the rest of the seeds for the dragon tongue beans, they're all coming up dragon tongue beans. All these striped long flat beans with all the stripes on them. And I just I couldn't figure it out. So the other year that I planted them from the same packet, they were all green, regular green beans, and now they're dragon tongue beans. And it was just like, oh, I couldn't. It was just crazy. It's just crazy. Hey, Patty. You want to plant spinach in a kale, but you can't find any seeds. Wonder if you use them up. That might be because you've lost so many crops to your goats and everything. So if you keep trying to plant, they might be going. So let me see. You're taking a lovely nap and woke up with a start realizing it was Monday. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed your nap. Yes, better late than never on the dragon time. But I can't figure out, it's like, why did they not come up in the other bed? And I had not planted beans in that one bed the year before because I always rotate them around. And so it's like they didn't come up that year. And they were the only beans I planted. And so there was no cross pollinating. Whereas this year they're all in there mixed with everybody else and they decided to do what they're supposed to do. Just like, oh my goodness. Yes, Howie, you're absolutely right. Lots of vitamin D. So put them in the sun for, oh, that'll goose them up even a little bit more. 104 there. Oh, see, we're supposed to get hot by the end of the week. I hope we don't get that hot. Oh my goodness. All right, Joy. Oh my goodness. I was just like, I was picking them. I was like, seriously? They're producing a lot, though. They are producing a lot. The other thing that I ended up getting last week, I got from Azure Standard. They had a sale on for cherries. I love cherries, and I've never gotten to the point of canning cherries, but they had a sale for 18 pounds of cherries for $24. I mean, is that a steal or what? So anyway, so I canned up a bunch of cherries. Look at these babies. So I pitted them all and I got 18 pints of cherries. See, 2023. Oops, there we go. And yeah, so I have lots of cherries now, which is kind of fun because I don't end up getting that much fruit on my shelf. I get more veggies than anything, but so fruit I have to really make a concerted effort to make sure I get it on there. So I am. What is colder? A is colder than B, right? So I'm 3B, right on the border of 4A, 4A to 4B. So home canned cherries are delicious. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know. And pitting them took 3.5 hours. I had a pitter. And so took me 3.5 hours to do that and then 3.5 hours to can them. So I finished at 4:00 Thursday night. Then I had to pack up and leave Friday to go up north. But anyway, got the cherries done. So I'm so excited to come home to all those cherries, jars of cherries on my counter. So, sheet to protect from the frost and freeze. Yes. So as Howie was leading into, tonight's talk is about vitamin D. And there are, last week we talked vitamin C, and you can find vitamin C in just about everything out there. I mean, from, like we talked about, pine needles to fruit to veggies to proteins, what you find in different meats and just different things. That is probably your most common vitamin that you can find to get there. And so the vitamin D, there's not quite as many sources in the way of food, and that's why they want us to be getting out in the sun, because that's the main source of, if you can get 1.5 to 2 hours of sunshine a day, that should meet your vitamin D needs. However, those of us, especially in the north, that the sun is only like this far above the horizon, in the middle of winter, and we have short days. We only have like 7-hour days, and the sun is not powerful enough at all to give us anything. And who wants to spend 2 hours out when it's 30 below? Really can't do that. So we have to find other ways to have vitamin D. And so I do take a lot of vitamin D supplements, but there are some foods that you can eat and grow in your garden. Some of these you could probably even grow in your house throughout the winter too, like leafy greens are a big one. Lettuce and spinach, those kind of things. You could even grow those, like I said, oops, you could grow those um, throughout the year inside if you needed to. But those are high in vitamin D. Broccoli, yeah, leafy greens, lettuce, spinach, broccoli are your vegetables. But like how he said, mushrooms are the highest plant-based food source. Go figure. Mushrooms. They grow in dank, dark places and shade and everything like that. And so it's like, how can they have be such a great source of vitamin D? But they are. Um, oh, Patty, I didn't. Oh, that's too bad that you're deficient in that. So, yes. Hey, Green Country, agroforestry. Hello. But yes, salmon. So, we'll get to some of the proteins and stuff, but mushrooms, the specific kind that are highest are raw maitake, dried shiitake mushrooms, UV exposed raw portobello. So like how he was saying, get your mushrooms and put them in the sun for a little bit. So there you go. UV exposed, put them in the sun. Raw portobellos, and the same thing with raw white mushrooms. I imagine those are like the white button mushrooms that you get in the store. But so those are very, very high. Um, the only fruit that came across that had some vitamin D in there were bananas. But you probably couldn't eat enough bananas to fulfill your vitamin D needs. So, but yes, Patty, like you, I do take a vitamin D supplement just to help me through because we are so deficient through the winter and everything. So, you dehydrate the mushrooms. Nice. Very good. Um, Mushrooms are the way to go. Yep. Put them in the sun, and these will have more of it. Howie, I know you're just such a wealth of information. I just love having you on here. You're just so great. Oh, so many of you are, and I just appreciate all of you. Um, you tested well for D2, but extremely low in D3. Wow. Not converting to D3. That's interesting, Carrie. So mushrooms have loads. Get them in. Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Maitake are yummy, yummy too. Not allowed to keep salmon as the orca whales are hungry. Oh, okay. I know I love mushrooms too, so it'd be great. So that's something to think about. It's like, okay, I have them in the refrigerator right now. I've got actually 2 packages in there right now, one white and one portobello. And so when I go to saute them up, I should just put them in the sun first before I go to cook them. That's a great idea. Great idea. Yes, D3 is more common deficiency. Make sure it's not with water. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's a good question, Patty. That's a good question. They did a study of staff in the winter at the hospital you worked at, 90% were deficient. Oh, Jason, you live in Minnesota too. Okay. Body doesn't use D2, it must convert it to D3. So, if anybody knows, please put it up there. That's like, what is the process of the conversion and what would be something to help Curie to convert it to D3? I mean, is there like another mineral or vitamin that allows that? Like when you take calcium and magnesium and zinc kind of have to go together in order for them all to work. So I'm just wondering. So D is a hormone, is not a vitamin. Oh, interesting. Okay. So then the protein sources of vitamin D are oily fish, and like they were talking about salmon. Is probably the most common one. So fish that's high in oils, swordfish, herring, and raw oysters also. So you can do that. Liver, cod liver oil. Again, that's from a fish, but I don't know why they didn't put cod in there. If they have cod liver oil, why they don't have cod in there? I don't know. Egg yolks from free range eggs. So eating a lot of eggs in there. I know. I know. Raw oysters and liver, not my favorite things on this earth, that's for sure. So sun is part of the conversion process. Okay. D3 is better, more readily absorbed and taken to take with calcium and vitamin K for best use. Oh, there you go. Kiri, maybe that would help you out. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Your doctor prescribed D2, but she didn't mention anything to go with it. Yeah, I take D3. So I know there's a number of different Ds to do, but free range is in pasture raised, not free in a building. Yeah, exactly, Patty. Yep. And then they, of course, have to throw this in, but tofu. I don't know how that can be high in. They must add something to it, but they said tofu is high in vitamin D. So the other sources, of course, sunshine is your main source for. And those who are not into the healthy organic stuff, you can have fortified cow's milk, fortified orange juice, or fortified breakfast cereals. So those are always some extra sources. So some of the things, why is D so important to us? No tofu for me either. Take D3 plus K plus calcium. Okay. Mims! Oh, my Anna, how are you? Vitamin K and magnesium aid in conversion when sunlight is unavailable. So that is so great. Yeah, I take magnesium too. So your doctor had you taking D3 huge amounts daily. It took 6 months to get into a normal range. Wow. Um, You've been lurking. Oh, so good to see you here. Oh my goodness. Um, yes, and I was just about to say that, curious, that if a person does not have enough vitamin D in their diet, they are at risk of developing weak bones. Symptoms of this might include pain in your bones or weakness in your muscles. These symptoms can be subtle very initially. Vitamin D can also contribute to resisting some cancers, can help with cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, hypertension, and multiple sclerosis. So those are some major illnesses that vitamin D can actually help with. The the RDA of vitamin D, okay, they go through all the different counts and everything, but they say for children, or the average amount that you should take is 600 units a day. For children below the age of 1, it should be 400, and for adults over 70 is 800. But that assumes that a person has a minimum amount of direct sun exposure. So I actually take 1,500 units. That's what I have been told to take. So that was good. Anna, it's so good to see you. So, right, Jason, exactly. Midsummer. I mean, like June, July. You can get enough, and that's about it. Oh, Patty, I totally get it. So, hi, Caitlin. No worries. On the phone, your phones. I'll see if I can have a chance to look at that. I'm really, really swamped right now, but I will try. Um, yeah, the general assumption is that a person who spends some time outside a few times per week will produce sufficient vitamin D. However, this can vary considerably depending on your season, the time of day, the presence of cloud cover or smog. We've had so much smoky conditions this year, really bad air quality. The color of a person's skin, whether a person is wearing sunscreen. Being in direct sunlight behind a window will not aid vitamin D production. Did you know that? Clear glass, you're not getting the vitamin D that you need because the glass cuts out the radiation that produces vitamin D. So, yeah, 10,000 a day for a week before going down to 5,000. Okay. Um, oh, bye, Howie. Thanks so much for coming and contributing. Appreciate it. You're going to the beach for more negative ions. See if it could vibe. Oh, very good. Fly back to you. Oh, Howie, yes. You have been iron deficient since 2016. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Um, so the easiest way of getting the vitamin D is to regularly spend time outside, making sure that your arms, face, and legs have exposure. So in the I would say a knee-jerk reaction of fear of getting too much UV rays, it's like because of skin cancer and different things like that. They've had people totally covering up, head to toe, down to your wrists and long pants. Can't have any sun exposure on your skin, everything. What that's done, it has made us sickly, really. And then you have less of a chance of fighting off any cancer. I mean, it's like there's got to be that fine line, that balance in there. So, you just have to be really careful with that. Um, so, yes, oily fish, mushrooms, egg yolks. So, can I raise my vitamin D level quickly? Like Patty, you were saying that it's taken a while to get it up, and Kiri too. Says the most effective way to do that is by spending some time every day in the sunlight, consuming fatty fish or seafood, or take a supplement. What causes low vitamin D levels in the body? Deficiency can be a result of inadequate exposure to sunlight and health disorders such as gastrointestinal and liver diseases. So those can actually drain your source of vitamin D. Um, but what's interesting is those are also can end up being caused by low vitamin D. So it's like, yeah, it just you never use sunscreen. I think the sun is medicine. I will agree with you on that, Joy. Of course, you don't want to overdo it and get too much, like 8 hours out on June 21st, or something like that. So, um, exactly, Anna. Exactly. So, um, yes, and that nature and our food and the sun and all of these things are meant to be there for us, not taking things and manufacturing things and trying to give us something else. So what are the effects of low vitamin D on the body? We already talked about some, but also depression, hair loss, fatigue, and tiredness are some effects of low vitamin D levels in the body. So, um, so yeah, if those are some things that you are struggling with, even in the summer when it's, the heat can really get to you too. So that can get you low energy and feeling tired and down and all that kind of stuff. But um, if it doesn't seem to be enough and everything, yeah, I suppose you could get a blood test, but otherwise, just make sure that you're getting enough D. So I think I had started out. I had started out at like 2,000 units a day or something, and my doctor said, "No, you can go ahead and increase it." And so, during during the summer, I was taking like 10,000 up to 15,000 during the winter, but this summer I have forgotten to reduce it again. So I'm still taking the same amount. But anyway, it's but what's interesting is that even in the times I've been outside in the sun, I mean, I do wear sunscreen on my face and everything, but I really haven't burned at all either. So I think the vitamin D actually helps you with that. So you had some stomach surgery years ago. You have absorption issues. Okay, awesome. Um, God didn't make our bodies stupid. He gave us the plants, herbs. So true, Mims. Absolutely. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry that you're been dealing with that. So, yeah. So eat some mushrooms, put them in the sun first. Have your salmon, a little easier to take than cod liver oil. Um, eat your eggs. Don't be afraid of eggs. And your liver, get some sunshine, all that good stuff. So, anyway, so what kind of things are you guys harvesting right now? And I know everybody's gardens are different at different times. And maybe Mimsy and Patty, if are you guys? I mean, because you're in the deep south, so are you already putting in a fall garden at this point? Because I would think that your spring to summer garden was already finished, and you're probably. And I just haven't had much time to watch any videos, so I know Mimsy, you've put some out, and um, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. But my I got my garden in late this year. It was June 14th, so I got that in then. But like I said, all my beans are coming now. I've already harvested all of the peas and the big onions. Um, my green onions are coming up, and I'll be able to start using those pretty soon. I've been getting my peppers, purple bell peppers. It's been so fun. That is so great. And I brought some fresh beans and fresh peppers up north this weekend for the family. So it was really fun to be able to eat those and share it with everybody. Just fresh from the garden. Um, exactly, Jason. Yep. Try again when you comment. Maybe Alicia, try refreshing your screen, and maybe that will help. Chickens in Texas have gone on strike. They're laying right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, eggs at the store, outrageously expensive. So the fall for you starts in September. It has been too hot. Okay. So if September, you should be able to harvest into up till the end of the year, I would think. Because I don't think you get too much in the way of frost before the end of December, right? Or the beginning of January. Um, I just learned you should have hand pollinated your pump blooms, so won't be having pumpkins to harvest. Oh, I know. Yes, I have been having trouble with my zucchini. It's the first time I've grown. I've had 4 huge zucchini plants, and I got 1 zucchini off of it, but I don't have enough pollinators around. And somebody else was telling me, my cousin was telling me this weekend that she also has zucchini and pumpkin or squash and stuff, and there's just not enough pollinators out there, and so that or maybe it was a friend of mine, but anyway, they have to. Um, she said that they've been getting mostly male flowers, and without any bees going around and stuff like that. So she had to go in and hand pollinate everything. But she said that there's only one. This is a friend of mine. Said, "No, my cousin." There's only like one day that the blossoms are viable. and you have to watch for them. And so you have to get right out there and do that in order to transfer um, the pollen from the male to the female flower. So, what do you guys? I want to know what you have to say about that too. So, um, Caitlin, I do not know. I would not be able to help you with that. I'm sorry. Um, I do know that alpha lipoic acid helps with eczema. So that might be something to think about. A couple small tomatoes, ground cherries, neighbors giving you poblano peppers, cucumbers. Oh, I know. It's always like zucchini everywhere. Oh, what was one of the memes I found? Um, I know, right? It's got a good new neighborhood. Absolutely. Um, trying to see something about maybe I didn't save it. I thought I did. Um, anyway, you can tell a good woman that loves to garden and because zucchini will be passed all around in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So anyway, November is your first frost. Oh, okay. Interesting. You know, Jason, I was thinking about more of that too. I mean, I do have some flowers in my veggie garden area, but not right in with like with the squash and stuff like that. So that would definitely be a good thing. So what kind of flowers did you put in there? May I ask? Um, do the same with the tomato plants. Your winter squash was so stunted. They're still in the orange pots. Oh my goodness. Broussard. Well, hello. Is that Amy or Brett? Yeah, everybody's asking too. So how are you? Brett, oh goodness gracious. Good to see you. It's like old home week here. Patty, thank you so much for coming and for being on. I appreciate it. So um you guys, is so fun. It's so fun. What have you all been up to? Um, Thursday nights, I even Tuesday nights too. I have meetings and classes, and my life is just so dang busy. It's just too busy, and so I'm missing out on some of these other lives and everything. But um, anyway, so it's good to see you. Very very good to see you, Sandy. I thought they said you were Jason. I'm sorry, Sandy. I'm calling you Jason all this time. I'm getting confused here. Doesn't take much. Oh goodness gracious. So anyway, so good to see you guys. Really, really it's very fun. Yeah, so um I was continuing on. So yeah, so I pulled all my big onions and I'm going to be ready to plant my ground cover actually this week. I'm hoping to because my onion bed will be free. Most of my peas are sharing a bed with my carrots, so I'll pull the peas and I'll put some ground cover in there. I mean, I have seed for um, what is it? Annual ryegrass. Now I know Dave uses Oak Knob Farm. He uses like a um, pea and clover, something like that mix. He said that works really, really well, and that would be like highly nutritious for the soil. You know, putting a lot of nitrogen back in the soil for those kind of because clover and pea they have the nitrogen nodules and stuff like that. So that would be really good for it. But Oh, Brett and Amy are hot, but better with a fixed AC. Oh, to have that go out. Oh my goodness. You know what? I have one upstairs and one downstairs, and I've got a few weeks back, Walmart had air conditioner units on sale, just like a one room window unit ones, and they had come down from, I don't know, $250 or something down to 150, and it was just like I just picked one up, so it's gonna be like in storage in case something goes out. So I have a backup. You know, the homesteading is like, what is it? Two is one and one is none, the old saying. And so having a backup system. So 64 there. So we hit 73, I think, today. Yesterday was only about 68 or 70. It was the high yesterday. So Michigan Daffodil, you're getting our weather from yesterday. Um, and the rest of the week, it's going to be nutsy. Window monsters. Yes, I only have, they're only 5,000 BTUs, so they're good, but and they'll cool a room. I don't have that big of rooms in here. They'll cool a room, but then I'll put a fan in the entrance of the room to help blow the air around and help to cool things out. So, um, yes, it's 72 right now. Let me see what there is. So tomorrow's 80, Wednesday 85, Thursday 74, Friday 80, Saturday 91, Sunday 88, Monday 89, Tuesday 89. So whenever they give these temperatures, you can easily go another 5 degrees higher from what they give. And in the winter, you can go at least 5 degrees lower than the temperature they give. But if they say, ooh, it's going to be 91, it's like it'll easily be 95 or 96 degrees. So, yeah, lots of things. The things I'm trying to get some things insulated and painted and fixed up outside, and some of these things need 48 hours, 48 to 72 hours without any rain, and it's been so hard. I mean, the forecast will show sunny, and it's like, okay, count on that. And so I paint, and then it's like, oop, a storm came through tonight. Oh yeah, by the way. It's like, where did that come from? So anyway, oh, well, Brett and Amy, you guys take care out there. You really do. Oh, 110. It's so hard. So hard. Be praying for all of you guys. Oh, Mims. Oh my goodness. Yes, that just do everything you can to try to stay cool. So anyway, guys, my hour is up. And thank you so much, y'all, for coming and being here. I so appreciate it. It was so good to see a few of you. Um, oh no, I didn't know that you were dry too for the fires. Wow. And you'll just get rid of all of that and then have to deal with hurricanes. Yay. Oh my goodness, you guys. Wow. Yeah. So, anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope in all of this stuff that's so hot and dry and fires and everything going on. So there is a lot of hope out there. So don't lose hope. Okay. And yes, we don't want you to no fires there either. So you guys have a great week and hope to see you again next Monday. All right, you guys take care. Good night.